Alright, we're back with another super quick and super easy project for you to do with a Dollar Tree dish mat. Everyone has loved these little fabric baskets I've been making. This one has my little clips in it, my seam rippers in there, but this is perfect for holding all these and sitting right here. My other problem that I have is I like to have all of my scissors, my rotary cutter, my tape measure, all these other random things sitting right here right in front of me. But if I move my sewing machine around, it's just kind of very cluttered. I was thinking I could make a little bit bigger of a basket that's kind of long and skinny that I could sit here to help organize this mess. When I was looking around at my fabrics and what I have in here, and I figured, what better to choose than a dish mat from Dollar Tree? And again, this is going to be the quickest, easiest project you're probably going to make. So let's jump into this. All right, so pretty much what we're going to do, we got our dish mat here. We're going to fold this right sides together, long ways, hot dog style. This will give us a long, skinny, kind of short box. If you want yours to be a bit taller, you can fold it this way and have a different shaped box. But I want it long and skinny, so we're going this way. We're just going to fold it right sides together, and we're going to end up sewing down both of these little side seams here and leaving this top open. So I'm going to put some clips there to help hold it still. Let's go sew down both of those sides. And I do have a walking foot on my machine. You don't have to have that on there. This is just what I already had on my machine, and I didn't feel like changing it. So let's get started. We'll start with this side. And we'll just sew about 1/4 of an inch. And we're just sewing with about 1/4 to 1/2 inch seam allowance. Alright, one side's done. Now let's flip it over and get this side. Alright, now that we have both of those side seams done, see how it kind of wants to sit open like a little boat? See, it's looking good already. Take these side seams here that we just made, fold it in like this. Kind of open like a bag of chips. You can kind of tell where the middle of your mat is from where we just had it folded. Just make sure those are pretty much lined up with that. What I'm going to do to help hold it still is clip these little corners here, and that'll help this lay flat. This is where we're going to decide how big we want our little basket to be. So with measuring our corners, so we're going to box them this way and sew a seam right here. So however big this is going to be how wide your basket is. And whatever's left here is going to be how tall it is. Now, because of how much space I have between me and my sewing machine usually when I'm working, I want this to be about 4 to 5 inches deep. So let's just start looking. Yeah, so I think I'm going to cut this at about 5 inches. So since I'm going 5 across, 1/2 of 5 is 2.5. This 2.5 mark should be where my seam line is. And then you're just gonna draw a line. I don't think you can see that on camera, but I can see it here. My nice little line right there. And to help kind of hold that, I'm just gonna put a clip down there to make sure it stays flat. And I'm gonna repeat the same process on this side. Now we have our lines down both sides. We're just gonna sew right down that line. And I'm not gonna worry about back stitching right now, just because I'm going to be finishing these edges too. We got one side done. Let's get the other. Remove all of our clips. Now what we're going to do here is trim these little corners off at about 1/4 of an inch. So then you can see we've got the shape of our box coming together. So we can flip it right side out. You can kind of get a good look at what it's going to be like. And if you want, you can say you're done right now with it just like this. I am going to go through and press it with an iron so it kind of has a little bit of a shape. But really, we're done with this as it is. If you don't like having these little raw edges here, we can take it back to the sewing machine and do just a little zigzag stitch so that you don't have this frayed edge. Since I do have a serger, I am actually going to take this over to that and serge this edge so it'll give it this nice finished edge like these have. Alright, I brought you over to my serger with me. If you do not have one of these, I do highly recommend getting one. Now that I have it, it is so nice. I'm so mad I didn't get one sooner. So I'm just going to line up this edge of my presser foot with my seam line here. So it'll trim a little extra off. This is loud and it does shake a lot. This is an older machine. But it's going to trim this off and finish those edges. trim my little threads. But as you can see here, it's got this nice finished edge to it now. And I'm going to repeat that on this side. There we go. Now we got the nice finished edge over here too. All right, now that we have our little edges finished, and again, if you don't have a serger, you can zigzag stitch over the edge of that, or most machines actually have a serge stitch to it. You can use that too. If you're looking at upgrading any of your sewing machines or looking for something new to add to your sewing area, your sewing room, I highly recommend getting a serger. I'm so mad I didn't get one sooner. My fiance's mom actually got me one for my birthday this past year, and I've been so afraid to use it. And now that I finally sat down, figured out what to do, how to work it and everything, now I literally want to use it on every single project. So highly recommend getting one. You can get them super cheap. I see them on Facebook Marketplace all the time for like 50 bucks. Totally worth it. But now that we're here, we've got our finished edges. Those, I didn't really worry about these. If you wanted to make this a full serger project, I could have just serged these edges too instead. But now that we're done, we're going to flip this right side out. Push our little corners down. After this, I am going to take my iron to this to make it nice and flat, but it's just so perfect. Look, it just fits this space so perfectly, and once I get that a little bit flatter, it'll be nicer. So then I can take all my little knives and my things, put them in here. I've got my little basket of pens for over here, and then I can just work right over this. This ended up being the perfect height because it is just the same height as the table on my machine. So I'm super excited to start using this thing. But I hope you liked this tutorial. I'm obsessed with my new little basket. And really, you can make this in like 5 or 10 minutes or less. But I can just keep making these. I'm obsessed. Thank you so much for checking out my tutorial. If you want to make this on your own, or maybe you're thinking about getting your own serger, let me know down in the comments. If you want me to make some more serger-friendly projects, I could do that too. But if you enjoyed this tutorial, please like this video, subscribe to my channel. I've been a little sick lately and out of town, so I've been slacking on my weekly videos, but I'm feeling better. We're getting back into this. We're going to keep creating, keep making all the fun new things. I'm going to show you everything I come up with. And I do have my social medias tagged down below. I've been really working hard on growing my Instagram, so if you could definitely go follow me over there, I'd much appreciate it. But I'm going to work on organizing this, what I want to keep in my little basket right here all the time. And I will see you guys next time.